What's going on, everybody, and welcome to ride number 6 of my Great Cycle Challenge for 2025. I'm back on Zwift again today. We're going to do this one a little bit differently. I'm just going to kind of narrate a ride through. I set a couple of personal records and took a jersey. This was a pretty good ride. Zwift, if you're not familiar, does have some really interesting landscapes. Here you see me riding past and then into a active volcano, something you obviously would not get to do in the real world, but kind of cool nonetheless. Definitely spices up the visual scenery quite a bit. Here I am coming up on one of the sprint sections, and these are short. This one I think is like just over 1/10 of a mile. And you can see here's the marker, and I've kind of taken off a little bit in advance, trying to push pretty hard here to see what I can do. There were 82 people who had gone through this segment before I arrived, and at the end, I finished second, just 5/100ths of a second off of being the fastest. So that was pretty cool. That actually ended up being a record for me, peak power for 5, 10, 15, and 20 seconds. So that was pretty cool. A pretty good effort there. I was feeling pretty good about that after what amounted to 146 miles of riding this week. Here I am finishing the Jarvis King of the Mountain reverse climb and doing this in just over 3 minutes, which put me 11th out of 79, which I'm not feeling too bad about either for a guy that's within basically a month of turning 60. I'll take that. I will absolutely take that. So again, I am riding to raise money for the Children's Cancer Research Fund this year. I've pledged to do 350 miles, and I'm trying to raise a minimum of $1,500. Today's ride was, let me look it up here, 20.07 miles by the time it was all said and done, which took me to 145.62 miles, or 41.6% of my goal. I'm still at $1,401 raised, 93.4% of that goal. If you can give, there's a QR code on your screen right now that you can scan to go to my donation page. As you see me take a drink of water here at about the half-hour mark. I was feeling a little gassed at this point. This ride ends up being just under an hour, so that was pretty good. There's also a link in the show notes, the video description down below. If you can't scan the QR code, but you would like to give, I would appreciate it. Every donation is, of course, very much appreciated. So this is a beautiful this is the Wasted 8. It's kind of a figure 8 loop around the world of Watopia on Zwift. It's got a couple of climbs and a lot of interesting scenery. You saw already the volcano. You get to go under the ocean at one point, which was pretty cool. I don't think I showed that in this video, but some really interesting stuff. It's a fun way to spend some time. Here I am coming up on another section, the Fuego Flats Reverse. This is 4.4 miles, and it shows me here in a moment that my 90-day personal record is 12 minutes, 4.5 seconds on this particular segment. So you see the little marker coming up here on the right? I'm gonna put this in fast motion, and we're gonna get right to the end here and see what this looks like. So here I am. I'm coming out of the fast motion. You can see me wiping the sweat there. You can't really see it probably in the video, but I was sweating so profusely. It was dripping onto my glasses. It was pretty gross, to be fair. But I'm pushing pretty hard here because, as you can see, if you're looking at the little block at the top, I am estimated to set a new 90-day personal record if I can keep this thing going for another minute or so. I've got 0.2 of a mile to go, so I was cooking pretty good through here to try to set that. You'll also notice that my jersey changed colors. It's now green. Whoever won that sprint that I finished second on apparently at some point left the game, which meant that I became the fastest person currently playing who had gone through there. Here we are coming up on the end. This arch is the end of this segment, and boom, the confetti flies, and I set a personal record. Getting a couple of thumbs up here from other riders who saw the personal record. That was pretty cool. 141st out of 526. Again, not too bad. I will take it. I wasn't, at the first half of that section, I really wasn't pushing all that hard. But then I saw when I broke out of it that I was really close to being able to set a personal record. So I went ahead and pushed that last mile or so. And lo and behold, I got it done. Here I am just about to wind up this section. This track, this course is a little over 19 miles. I stretched it to get 20 miles in. My goal, my target was to do 20 miles today in under an hour. And when I saw the clock here, I thought I had a shot to get it done in 57 minutes. I thought, you know what, I'm going to push here at the end and see if I can get this done. And you can see that big red spike there on the little chart. Here I am with about 0.2 of a mile to go and about 30 seconds. I timed this, actually, as you'll see here in a moment, absolutely perfectly. I got this ride done 20 miles in 57 minutes. I was pretty stoked, actually, with this ride this morning. Watch how close I got this. Bam, right on it. 57 minutes at 20 miles. Pretty cool. So with a little bit of coast here at the end, 20.07 miles, 512 feet of climbing, 57 minutes and 12 seconds total with an average speed of 21 miles an hour. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. If you'd like to follow my progress in the Great Cycle Challenge, please consider subscribing to the channel. In the meantime, thanks as always for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.